Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Hobbit Arena Direct Run. In this sealed event, it's best of one, but if I can get to 7 wins before 2 losses, I'll win a Hobbit Collector Booster Box, which is worth roughly $830 at time of recording, something like that. So it's high stakes limited. We're going to be doing our absolute utmost. I've been playing a bunch of these and doing pretty well, I have to say. And I'm going to be making a video recapping the whole event as well, but I wanted to cover an individual run as well. Okay, so this pack, these are our rares, and honestly, pretty reasonable pulls. Dane is very, very strong if you're playing like a red aggro deck. The Great Goblin is like solid in black-red, so if I'm playing black-red, these two can be good. Bard's Company, very strong for a blue-white deck or a splashy deck, and then Down in the Valley isn't the best card, but if I have a couple Hobbit holes, it can do some work, and also if I have like some sort of deck that wants to splash and play base green, which isn't as common, it's fine. But a couple of good rares for black-red, which is what I mostly look for, is black and red rares, and then maybe Bard's Company, depending on what we're doing. Nothing really in white here. White cards tend to be a bit worse in this set. That being said, we have some good ones here. There's Iron Hills Blacksmith. There is Stone by Sunlight. The Mountain King's Return. Celebrate the Mountain King. Settle the Wreckage can obviously do some work too if your opponents don't play around it. And the Magnificent End is fine. So these are like more white cards than normal that I'm happy playing. And you might notice there's only one common here, and that's because the white commons are pretty bad. Sometimes I'll play Dwarven Shortsword, but I don't love it. So, and then Ori's like sometimes fine. Like those are cards that like round out your deck. So white looking maybe okay. Blue, we have triple Bilbo. We have Lakeshore. So if we have triple Bilbo, Lakeshore's a no-brainer, I think. Double Master's Counselor's okay. And then one Confusticate. Sound the Trumpet is maybe fine. So honestly, our blue-white deck, like if we just played like our blue-white card, just looking at this, like something like this, and then the Bard's Company, we're still short. But our blue cards are at least solid, which isn't always true either. Black tends to be a spot where you can make a lot of your bank here in terms of value, but we don't have a lot of black cards total. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black cards. Oh, there's 2 of them. So we have 2 of those. Prowler's decent. This card's fine. Golem's fine. Rage is fine. This Golem's good. I don't like playing the Bat Cloud always because it's kind of clunky when you're on the draw, and I really focus my decks towards being good on the draw because I feel like you are often really favored on the play, and on the draw you need to like break serve almost. So I don't always like playing the Cloud, but black's okay. Red, Tidings of War, playable, but not like a card that really draws me towards it. Gosh, red is shallow. We have Dane as our best red card. We have Dory, and we have Mountain Rider. So this could, and this guy's fine. This card's sometimes playable. Like our black-red is actually pretty narrow here. Interesting. Doesn't happen all that much for me. We have 2 Bjorn's Hospitalities. So like if we have Hobbit holes, I think that's going to be on the last page. Oh yeah, we have 1. Which does make Bjorn's Hospitality better. Bjorn's Hospitality can be a totally solid card, though. We have Quarrel. We have 2 Down in the Valleys. We have Pathmaker. I don't mind a Troll Negotiations. Don't love Bowside, but green, not looking the worst here. There's a Sylvan Reveler. There's a Mirkwood Nurturer. Ooh, Goblin Plate Mail's pretty good, though. That does go well with some of our stuff. We have the Great Goblin, so we'll look at our black-red deck for sure. I tend to spend a lot of time building my decks because why not? The entry fee is really high. I get a lot of enjoyment out of feeling like I built my pool well, so I take my time here, as you will see. Ordinary Bear can be playable. The Hospitality's fine. These are like all pretty reasonable green cards. I don't love them that much. This card could help me splash. Like, if I play like green, blue, splash, white, I already have this land to help me do that. I have the fetch land that helps me do that. I have this land that helps me do that. I have 2 old thrushes. I can play one of those. So green, blue, splash, white could be appealing. Let's just look at my gold cards. Patient Instructor's fine. This card's great. Goblin's good if you're playing a black-red deck. But I don't really like it outside of that because you just don't have as many goblins and stuff. Iron Hill's fine. Don't love these cards. I really try not to play Nori. If I'm playing Nori, I feel like I'm building my deck wrong a lot of the time. It's just not great in sealed. And then this card can be okay sometimes. This card's cute if you're playing blue-green. Let's build our blue-green deck that splashes white. We'll just put the thrushes in for now. I just want to see what it looks like. Because I think it makes good use of my hospitality cards. And this card seems okay to me, but it's super expensive. Addercop is probably my best green 2-drop. Want to play Quarrel here. I don't love the bear. or these, but we might end up playing them. Let's just build our boom. And then our white splash would include this card, this card, this card. Maybe even this card, because we are kind of light on removal. I don't really want to splash Magnificent End, though. That seems psychotic levels. Though I don't have... I have Stone by Sunlight, Quarrel, a couple counters, then Celebrate and Troll. So I have some kill spells. So this one doesn't get to use my Settle the Wreckage. But it does make good use of my Down in the Valleys, I think. I have Mirkwood Nurturer, which can reset Bilbo's, reset Mountain King's Return a little bit. Like, that's a cool little synergy with Mirkwood Nurturer. You can just, like, get it back and then bounce the Mountain King's Return. I don't know how much I love Sound the Trumpets. Bjorn's Hospitality is sometimes a card I don't love if I'm not more assertive. Maybe I'd only play one. Old Thrush helps me get there on 2-drops because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops then. I don't know if I want to play multiple Old Thrushes, but it could be worth doing. I think Old Thrushes do get better if you have the Hospitality, though. Because, like, you are more likely to hit your, like, third lander to go Thrush than Hospitality. Put a counter on Thrush is pretty reasonable. This is also just, like, a late-game card. My deck kind of needs that, I think. Bard's Company can be fine. I have plenty of value in this deck. What would I cut here? Maybe I would cut one copy of... I can cut Sound the Trumpets. I don't have ways of holding up my mana at instant speed. But Confusticate can work well with Lakeshore Apothecary or Monstrous Counselors as well. Maybe I don't need Giant's Boulder if I'm playing 2 Old Thrushes. That seems like a reasonable thing to expect. And then I do think Mountain King's Return is pretty good. And I have the Bilbos that I can get back, and that's pretty good. And I have Mirkwood Pathmaker. I kind of am tempted to cut the Addercop, but Addercop's also fine with some of my cards. Bum, 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 bum. How much card draw do I have? I have Lakeshore Apothecary to go with 3 Bilbos. So 3 Bilbos card draw. This is card draw. This is card draw. This is card draw. Card draw. Card draw. Card draw. So I have a lot of card draw to go with this. And this. So my kill spells are this. 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 So kind of 4 kill spells. Does make me happier playing Addercop as like a Death Toucher for the early turns. This is interaction. Down in the Valley. I have a couple other elves even, but Down in the Valley is nice. Get you a land. Maybe I can cut a land. Because I have 2 Thrushes to make sure I hit my 3rd land drop and then Down in the Valley. So maybe I'd cut a Plains here. So I have 1, 2, 3 white cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get away with 1 Plains here, I think. It's 1, 2, 3 white cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could play more white cards if I wanted to, if I had good ones. I mean, Iron Hills Blacksmith. Is that something I care about? Do I want to just, like, go for the double white splash and play Settle the Wreckage? Like, if I play a second Plains, I could put Settle in here. And Magnificent End. And I get, like, second Plains. Down 1 forest, probably. This is 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, right? No, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah. So this is 8 green sources, 8 blue 9 blue sources? Yeah, 9 blue sources, 8 green sources, plus the 2 Old Thrushes, plus 2 Plains. Settle could be okay. I don't want the Blacksmith. I don't love Sound the Trumpets in this format. In normal sealed formats, I would like it. Instead of splashing white, could I splash some other color? Mountain Kings, this. I feel like I'm splashing decent white cards. I did add some ones right now, but I'm not sure I even need them. I kind of might want to get less greedy than more greedy. Just seeing what the build looks like. I could play some red cards. Like I could play red card, red card. I could also just play like Guardian of the Halls. It's pretty good with Down in the Valley, getting some extra counters going. I could play a Warg Tactics. That's an option. I could play like a Spatula. I feel like I don't want Spatula if I'm playing Bjorn's Hospitality. They do very similar things. And I already have Old Thrushed for life gain. So this is one build. I'm gonna come back to this one for sure. But let's build the black-red deck just to see what it looks like. Always nice to check your options there. Oh my gosh. I have to take all the lands out. So my black-red aggro deck would be like... Nope, not playing Supper for Spiders, don't worry. I'll put Bomber in for now and then probably cut him. I don't love the card. So this is 20 playables. So even if I played my main man, Dory, I have 2 Fearsome Goblin pairs to go with 2 Stir-Up Troubles. But I don't love the card, generally speaking. This could also be a build that splashed white for like the same white cards, like the Celebrate the Mountain King, the Stone by Sunlight, and this card, because I have a good number of 3-drops to get back. And like I have some weaker cards / flashback spells. So if I cut like that guy, I don't love the Goblin pairs, honestly. Bomber's not my favorite. So like if I played this. This is 23. I don't know if I need the Well-Worn Spatula still. And this build has lots of decent stuff in it, I feel like. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops. Maybe not quite as high as I'd like. I don't love the flunkies either. So I could cut that for like an Old Thrush. Maybe I'd play the Old Thrushes in this build too. But Old Thrush is not a great beatdown card, but you kind of need to be able to play mid-range and value decks in Sealed a lot of the time. And that's why I'd splash white for the kill spells and stuff. Like, unconditional kill spells are great. I think this deck just looks a lot worse. It has Dane, which is definitely upside. It has Great Goblin, which is pretty reasonable with like some of my cards and sacking them and getting value, but just feel like I would rather play the version that has a little bit more oomph to it. I feel like these cards are more powerful, drawing extra cards, good late game. Like, how does this deck win? Like, it gets off to a fast start, but then the fast start is messed up by the Old Thrush. Like, if I'm playing an aggro deck, which this deck is, because it's like best cards are like Misty Mountains and Golems and Danes, which want to be aggro. I don't think I'm doing myself any favors by playing Thrushes. And I just don't have quality 2-drops to go with that deck. Like, my red 2-drops are non-existent almost. My black 2-drops, I have 2. I don't have, like, tons of those. And Old Thrush is not a very good aggro card. I do have a red-white land that would help me splash white in that build. So, what other options are there in this pool? I tried the blue-green splashing white. I looked at the blue-white deck very briefly. I think my green cards are decent. Like, Bjorn's Hospitality is fine, and Down in the Valley is fine, and this card's good, like, actively good. And I'm not even, like, including the Guardian of the Halls, which I could include as just, like, inevitability cards as 2-drops. It helps me get to that threshold. This card's decent, this card's decent. Could even play Giant's Boulder for extra interaction. I could play a Bowside Wanderers. Not the best card, but it's some extra value. I have plenty of value in this deck, but sometimes you can use a little more. I try to make sure I don't have too many cards that can get stuck in my hand against the aggressive decks. I don't think I want a double splash settle. I think I'd rather just build a consistent deck that splashes these 3 cards. If you're behind enough for settle to be actively great, and also you have to be able to hold up your mana, which I don't have tons of instants. So, not maining white, I miss out on Iron Hills Blacksmith, Settle the Wreckage, and, like, nothing else I care about like this card. I think blue is a pretty good color to main, though. Like, this whole package of 6 cards is really strong here. Gives me some good early game. Black, I have 2 stir-up troubles that I am not using right now. But that's like the main thing black gives. Red, Dane I would like to play. Misty Mountains Raider, but those aren't really splash cards. And then green. Green always just feels underwhelming. Bard's Company is very strong. This is just my blue and white cards. I'm almost there on just blue-white, but I think I can get... I mean, this is kind of like... I always forget this has 4 chapters. This is like make a couple of 1/1s, and it's pretty strong. I always forget this. Yeah. I always think this is like 3 chapters, but yeah. You get a couple 1/1s, you get a land. It's very strong. Pathmaker is good. It's good with Bjorns because digging for extra lands. Thrushes can be nice. Hobbit holes, great. I wish I had another one of these, but such is life. Obviously, you wish you had a lot of things. If I was requesting cards, I don't think I'd even request Hobbit holes, generally speaking. Confusticate's probably good with, like, my Lakeside Apothecary. Though I don't want to go too in on Lakeside Apothecary. I have plenty of card draw without having to play Confusticate, I think. That's an option to consider. Let's move my kill spells over to one side. I like doing that. I do think the Mountain King's Return is worth playing here. Okay, where's Quarrel? I know I have one of those. Yes, this is another kill spell. So I have 3 kill spells here. Oh yeah, Troll Negotiation's getting in there. 4 kill spells. Then Sylvan Reveler. I like this build. I like this build a lot, actually. Not a fan of Bjorn. Warg Tactics, maybe. Maybe Warg Tactics. I don't like the Spatula when I already am using the Bjorns. I think Thrush is fine. Maybe I don't want the Spatula. I don't know. I feel like Guardian of the Halls could be fine here. I'm probably going to be able to spend my mana, though. Maybe 1 Warg Tactics. I feel like I'm just playing like a bunch of creatures. No, I have plenty of non-creatures, too. I feel like the Elves are probably decent, especially if they're getting +1/+0 at Menace. Or not Menace, but Vigilance. Bowside Wanderers could be a fine top-end card. Warg Tactics. Not Warg Tactics. Yeah, Warg Tactics. I don't love just the bear. I'd rather just do something else on that turn. Could play the Boulder. Like, I'm just including all the cards and then seeing what my deck lacks, I guess. I really don't love Elven Raft Steer, though. I feel like I have enough kill spells. I don't need to splash this one. This one's pretty bad compared to my other splash cards. Settle's not really great to splash either. Because you need double white. Double white's so much harder than single white. Could I splash multiple colors here? Like, do I splash black too and get that card? Probably not. Do I splash red? What does red even give me as a splash? Nothing. I think I'm playing most of my good cards here. Bjorn's bad. I'm just gonna make a pile of cuts. Sometimes I like to run my build by some other folks just to get some ideas, because you have unlimited time to make the build, so you might as well sometimes consult friends you know that are pretty good, or just get a second opinion on some of the cards maybe you haven't played as much. Little Bear's bad, so I'm not gonna play that. So if I cut all these cards, if I cut this entire pile, how many cards is this? I sometimes, okay, it's 26. This would be 23 cards. Bjorn's Hospitality is more of a 3-drop than a 2-drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 2-drops here. And like, it's a late game card. This is a 7-mana big creature. So it's like a 7-drop kind of as well. Like, I can view it almost in that part of the curve sometimes. This card's pretty good with the Down in the Valley, getting extra land drops. Mountain King's Return looks great in this deck. I've got a lot of good 3s to get back, even some 2s to get back. Got some self-mill to set it up. I can mill this card in. I don't have any other flashback spells, right? No. Do I want Confusticate? Probably not. Do I want Sound the Trumpet? Probably not. So let's just see what my colors are like. I think I'm mostly blue and green, obviously. Yeah, 10, 10, 5. So if I play basic planes, if I play 1 planes, that gives me 3, 4. Just because I have mostly blue 2-drops and Bilbo can scry me on turn 1, so extra islands are more important. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10 blue sources, 6, 7, 8 green. So yeah, let's go down here so we can have even split here, actually. So I have a double green spell still. 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 blue sources here, 9 green sources. Obviously, like if I have green, I can use this to find a blue source sometimes if I really need to. If I don't draw any of my early game. I don't love the double blue on this. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white sources for 3 white cards. So my white splash is pretty good, honestly. Not going to go double white, though, because then I need a second plains. And I still will need to search up my main color sometimes. Sound the Trumpets, Confusticate. It's mostly about these 4 cards. I'm not sure on these ones. But this is my build for now. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think I did a good job of maximizing my good cards here. But I'm going to take a second to think about it. And if I have any changes, I'll let you folks know. So I spent some time just purely thinking about the build, and I want to make one change. I'm going to cut 1 Old Thrush for 1 copy of Bowside Wanderers, because hitting a land off this is actually really good for me, because then I can curve this into Bjorn's Hospitality. It's good to have this with Down in the Valley, because giving your big guy Vigilance can be pretty nice. I think it's just going to be nice in the deck. I don't think I want to go for Guardian of the Halls. I have better things to do once I get to 7 mana, hopefully. But I think that's going to be pretty good. My mana is very consistent. Got 7, 8 green, 9 green, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue. Should be pretty good for my deck. And yeah, let's see how it can perform in the games. And as I dive into round 1, I do want to shout out the NicolaiBolas Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you enjoy my videos and you'd like to support my mission to make draft accessible for people of all skill levels, Patreon's the place to go. Special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a tremendous difference. Okie doke. Round 1, we have a great hand. So we keep this. I play these on full control because I really just don't want to have to worry about my potential for making a mistake on clicking through something. You have to play slow and steady in these events. So we're going to play our island first. I feel pretty good about my ability to consistently hit land drops to trigger these sorts of things. So they are playing green as well. I'm really hoping they don't have Crude Bent Blade in their deck. I already have my planes. I'm a little bit worried about milling myself before I find my planes. But once I have it, I can just go for milling myself with this guy. So they're just playing an extra land here. And scrying, sure. Here I have an interesting decision. I could go Bjorn's, get a counter here. I could go Down in the Valley, start cranking up my elves. Okay. How valuable are the elves versus just making one big guy here? I think making the big guy here is most important. Because the elves I'll get later anyway. I do want to start growing this guy. Especially against a blue-green deck that might not have good answers to it. And then I'll go with Down in the Valley to get a second island. and then start buffing those elves up. It's a tough choice, though. I think growing this versus playing Bilbo is interesting. I think getting every little bit of value is nice. The 2/1's not going to do much if they just play like a 3/3, and I want this guy to be as big as possible and not waste any land drops on that front. Okay, perfect. Sure. That's a great draw. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to play this. Go search up an island. Because I want to start buffing up my little guys. And this thing eventually will go well. Like I go this and then I activate this the following turn. It's really nice. Especially because this might... It won't have vigilance anymore, will it? No, it probably won't. Nurturer. That's really good with the Bilbo. Also really good with that thing. Yeah, this is a good hand to keep. So I can bounce this thing back to my hand, actually, by chapter 3. Do I want to draw a land next turn? I don't think I need the next extra land right now. Actually, I do want to hit my land drops. Yeah, I'll keep both of these. Actually, I'm going to mill myself with this thing. Maybe no, I'll mill them. Maybe, I don't know. Attercop. Sure. So I play this. Then I play land. Get a 1/1. Mill them. I know they could have some flashback spells, but I think milling them will work out a little bit better for me here. I guess I have a card that works for my graveyard too. And I had already drawn my island, so that's tough. Play my land. I think I could actually mill them out, though, because I have 2 of these and plenty of card draw. So that's what I was kind of thinking. I could potentially attack them on that axis. Force them to use a kill spell on this. I could have also attacked and used this to, like, just trade with Attercop, but I just want to kill Bjorn, I think. That's what they spend their turn doing. So this can give me extra lands, which gives me extra 1/1s, which gets me a whole army going. Perfect. It's going to be mana efficient here. I have some other removal spell in the deck I can still draw towards. Draw for turn. Okay. Hobbit Hole is fantastic. Okay. Elves I control get +1/+7, gain vigilance. Sure. So this can double up counters. For next turn, I might just go with the Bowside Wanderers here. Going full for this, bounce this to my hand could be really good too. Cycling this to get another Bilbo is an option. That's a great trade for me. Oh, this is like a static effect. Hmm. I think this was a good line. It was a complicated turn, though. There was like 4 different things I could have done. I could have just played this. I'm glad I got rid of their Adder Cop, though. And next turn I could just make Bjorn's huge. Eventually kill them. So I've drawn my card. What the heck do they have? I mean, blue and green. There is Thranduil's Decree, Uneasy Partings, Counterspell, Plunder the Trollshaws. In green, there's Warg Tactics and Quarrel. So none of the green cards matter. More about Thranduil's Decree or Uneasy Partings. So I don't think I'm going to go walk into Uneasy Partings. And I don't want to walk into Thranduil's Decree either. Actually, I'm just going to play around Thranduil's Decree, I think. If they have Uneasy Partings, this is also going to be fine for me. There's also Little Bear as well that they could have. They could have Little Bear. They could have Black Arrow. Maybe I was supposed to put this onto my 4/3. See what they have. Is it Little Bear? It is Little Bear. So they do get to kill my Nurturer. But then they get really wrecked by Bjorns. They have 2 Little Bears. Sure. Oh, so they get to eat one of my guys. Nice. Well done by them. It's not the end of the world for me, honestly. So I lost a 2/2 guy. Those things traded. I have my 7/7 still. Well in good shape. My 5/5 is now unlocked. They're at a really low life total. I'm going to keep spamming out creatures. Sure. That's a big guy, but they're almost dead despite that. Okay, me. Okay. So I kind of want to just play this. I also want to just go around this thing. Another island. They're at 8 cards. If I mill myself, this thing can attack into their gigantic big bear, and they're almost dead. So now, attack with everything. They get to make that trade, which is good for them, and then they have to chump. Playing the blue-green mirror is not something I've done a lot in this format, I'll say that much. Boom. Got the win. Nice. Every win matters a lot in these events, so if I could get 4 wins, that gets you like your entry fee back, so that's pretty cool. So we're part of the way there. Hopefully we can keep winning. Welcome to another round. If I had an untapped blue land, I might keep this, but unfortunately this is a mulligan. This is a keep though. I'm gonna ditch, I think, the Bilbo. It might be a while before I can play it. I have plenty of value in my deck, and Bard's Company is so strong. That was a really good draw. Now I can play this on curve with Flash with my Masters. I'm definitely blocking Golem all the way here. Hoping they don't have Crude Bent Blade, of course. It's a free attack for them. They have no reason not to attack, so I have to block pretty much as well. Definitely milling myself here. Tough mills, honestly. I do like Bjorns and stuff, but take what you got to do. So this will recruit something, and this will mill me for 3, so this guy's attacking for a huge amount of damage next turn. Still an easy block. This guy drew me a card, so it's a really favorable trade for me. I feel like my deck has like tons of good cards, because that's the reason you play off-meta strategies. I'm going to ditch the Bowside Wanderers. Actually, I could ditch Mirkwood. No, I'll ditch Bowside. Perfect, I found my Sylvan Reveler. So they get a 3-3, but I can block the 3-3. I'm really... They missed a land drop there, I think. I'll take 3. They pretty clearly have a way to kill Bard's Company, I think. They don't kill Bard's Company. That's insane. Oh, they have a second thing. Okay. Just keep our life total a little bit preserved here. That's a great draw. So they still have all spells in hand, which is a little bit concerning. Great draw. Kind of like it back Mirkwood. He's just giant. I can keep him safe. Getting back Bilbo might be safer, though. What could they be holding up? They could be holding up Head of the Hunt. They could be holding up Bilbo's Deadly Slice. Pinecone Strike. Let's just get back some... How much late game do I have left? I've kind of gotten rid of a lot of my late game cards. If they have Head of the Hunt, I'll kill it. Perfect. I want to go get my plane so I can use this. I don't think so. I think getting back the Pathmaker made a lot of sense here. Bang, got the win. If I'm not talking quite as much as I normally would, it's because I'm really focused. I played around Head of the Hunt. Pretty reasonable there. Nice. 2-0. This is an easy keep. I don't have my white source yet, but if I draw an island on my first turn, I can go get it. Another black-red matchup. Perfect. Because remember, this fetch land is really good in my deck, so I would prefer to save it if I can. Gosh darn it. I've learned that you can't just, like, do nothing against Golem, so I'm just going to play my cards out. So they draw a card. My 2-drop can trade with their Golem if they want. They're up in a resource, but I have plenty of cards to put me up resources too. Sure. That's annoying. That card's also really good. They've gone one of the best cards in set and one of the best cards in set on the play, so this could be dicey. Come on, give me my own 3-mana Saga. That'd be really good for me here. It would honestly just be excellent. I have a lot of good 3-drops in my deck. Big draw. That's a good one. I'll make the trade. They don't want it. Fine, I don't want it either. pretty good for them. This thing could trade with that pretty nicely, though. Yep. I'm down to trade 3 3s or 3 1s. Sure. I'm going to save that for Smog. I have double blue cards? Yeah, Bilbos and stuff. Let's give an island. I guess I already have double blue from that, technically. Hmm. This is actually really good because I can reset this with my Nurturer guy at some point here. Four, five, six. So if I draw a land, I can bounce this back to my hand. I'll probably do that next turn. Okay, I'm just gonna do this now. Do 4-3. This is gonna be. Unfortunate. Could have gotten an extra 1/1 there. So the reason I attack like this is because they could have also done that block on Bilbo. Felt like dealing 7 was good here, especially because I can animate Bjorn next turn. Maybe that's an incorrect thought, but I don't want them to have chump blockers for the Bjorn. And that's why I got the Exile going, because I figure if they like play Great Big Goblin or something, they're in like a world of hurt here. Like land or spell is really good for me here. 7. Okay, so we just go this. I can attack here because if they eat here, chump here, they're dead. So they have to take it. Like they block here, chump here, they die. No, they're not dead. I'm bad at math. Okay. So they didn't have an answer to this last turn, I guess. Or this is their first chance to have an answer to it. Bang, got the win. I feel like I'm playing really well right now. Beat turn 2 Golem into turn 3 down to Goblin Town by staying calm, having a plan, and letting our cards execute. Let's go. Welcome to another hand. This is a great one. Easy keep. Let's see. We'll have to decide game time decision whether we want a Thrush to go get another island. Could be good. Okay, we're against another blue deck. I feel like our blue deck is really good, though, so. I don't think we want to get a land with this, because this can get us lands, and we want spells to get as much with this as we can. Okay, I've changed my mind. Turn 3 down in the valley. Turn 4 Sylvan Reveler. So if I have these two, then I can Sylvan Reveler guaranteed hit a land, and that'll get me an extra 1/1, which is why I'm thinking I'll do this. Because every extra 1/1 matters, especially when they're getting buffed up. So it looks like they're stumbling a little bit. They're not playing particularly great cards right now. I like just adding as much power as I can right now. Slight regret on getting the land with the Thrush, the way this worked out. But I wanted to make sure I had this play lined up, and all I did was get the 1 land, and then I drew 2 lands off my next 2 draw steps from my card. So it's not the end of the world. I just wish I had 1 spell instead of 1 land here. Okay, so they're not in the best of shape. This thing can't buff any of my guys yet, but I will have humans soon, or at least 1 human. So hopefully they get tapped out here so I can use Troll Negotiations on my Thrush. Bilbo Baggins, sure. trade with a 2/1. That's a good trade for me, and they take 9. This is what tap lands can do to you, though. They've had a very slow, clunky deployment of their cards. And I have a 5/4 that needs dealing with. If they do answer it, I can get it back. With depending on their answer, of course. My stuff has Vigilance, so the white spell they could have, but Mighty Scary is not as good. Sure. That's a great draw. That's an absolutely fantastic draw. Force them to deal with my flyer here, I think. Dang. Did I mess that up? Potentially. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm a little bit worried about them dealing 1 to all my creatures. But I have Bjorns. This is lethal. These 3 creatures, once I buff one of them, is going to be lethal. Bjorns is going to be lethal. I have 2 humans that I can eventually buff up with Lake Town. Okay, so they're super dead. Got them. Got them. Got the win. Honestly, they just had a really clunky draw, and our troll negotiations was really good. Down in the Valley was amazing with Sylvan Reveler. Thrush had a removal spell. Great win. Welcome to the round. We will keep this on the draw, even though it's a bit slow. Hopefully I can draw a 2-drop. Worst possible draw. Okay. Not that I'm really complaining, it's just, this could go badly. Like, I would love this on the play. On the draw, it's just dicey. Yeah, we're taking a beating here. Come on, 2-drop. Bang. This is what you have to do in order to win these boxes. You have to get lucky when you need to, and that was certainly lucky. That saves my entire game. I'm gonna, like, save, like, 6 points of damage from this guy. I'm not playing around glowing. Yep, I am going to have to use my removal spell here. I think it's unavoidable. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about using my removal spell on something like that. But I think it's necessary. And now I'm feeling concerned again. Big draw, that's a big draw. Large bear, sure. Do I trade here? My guy's about to outsize the bear. Let's just keep our life total a little bit higher. Not get too greedy. We have plenty of value coming. Let's get our Bilbo. Now that's really unfortunate for me. So I lose a chump block or two, which sucks. This guy's going to be huge, which will help. Hmm. Don't want that. The patient instructor here ditch the Sylvan Reveler. What outs do I have to this giant creature? It's so unfortunate to go up against this here. I'm just in permanent chump block duty for the rest of the game against it. I think they had me dead on board if they attacked with everything. I need to get back my Adder Cop somehow. Or they give their guy Menace and get me. Unfortunately, not quite good enough here. Well, at least we won a few games before we came up against this. It's just the double one was too much for me. I guess I shouldn't have kept this guy on top of the scry. 8, one off. They don't have enough in their graveyard. Yeah, if I'd had one more land, I could kill this thing chump here. I'm still in really like impossible shape. This thing, getting 2 of those in a row. I don't have enough kill spells to deal with that, unfortunately. Gosh, the large bear was really annoying too. Maybe I was supposed to just take the hit from the large bear. But I felt like going to 5 was really bad. I had like plenty of value at the time, I thought. But if I had a Mirkwood Nurturer out here, I mean, I don't think I was winning this game maybe, but certainly pretty valuable. Okay. Yeah. I used my Celebrate the Mountain King on a Golem, which felt necessary at the time too. That's going to be one that I watch back to see if I could have done anything differently. That's how it goes though sometimes. On the play, great hand. We are happy. We're going to keep this. I did rewatch that last game. The one play, or at least the decisive turn, where they had the large bear. Ooh, double down in the valley seems really good. And Sylvan Reveler seems great too. Oh yeah, I'm keeping both those. We are going to go off. Lonely Mountain. Again, in a black-red mirror match, that card is like a death sentence for me. Here, I'm not as concerned. We are about to get so many guys. They just concede? Well, that's nice. That is nice to get a little bit of a freebie there. Okay, let's keep it rolling. Oh, did I mention? Oh yeah, the thing is, on the key turn, I could have delayed blocking with my Outer Cop. So instead of trading my Outer Cop for a 6/6, I could have just like taken the 6 and gone to 4. But then, like I was not expecting them to play a second Misty Mountain Raider, but it would have given me another turn where my Outer Cop can then trade with the army the next turn, and they don't get to make their guy the 4/4. But I think it was just going to be tough because that doesn't seem like a very intuitive line against one Misty Mountain Raider. Anyway, let's go to the next round. Welcome to another round. Unfortunately, we can't keep this. We have in our deck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources, 10 if we count the Thrush, 11, 12. We have 12 blue sources. And we have 3 draws to two draws to find one. Turn 2 we draw, turn 3 we draw. So we have 60% chance. I think we can do better on a mulligan. This hand is definitely better. Keep this one. I'm going to ditch Patient Instructor. I think Mountain King's Return plus Mirkwood Nurture is a really good combo. They're on a mold of 5. Okay. Another Bilbo. We definitely don't need this land. I think we'll take the other Bilbo, though. No, we don't need Bilbo. We want to find our good cards. We're already planning on resetting our Bilbo. There we go. Much happy to have that. Prowler's a good one. We don't have double green quite yet. We're going to take an absolute shellacking here, but then hopefully we can stabilize. Okay. They've had a very aggressive start. I hope they play a creature here, though. Oh, that's so good for me. Oh, that's so good. I think I'm going to return this. Let's kill that guy. Perfect. I'm just hoping they don't have a way to make me discard my last card right now, because I need to play my lands. I could have like tapped my land in response. Like tapped my land in response, used Bjorn's. Boom, got the win. So, I mean, they had a really fast start here, but we were able to capitalize. This little synergy was like something I saw when I first built the deck, and I'm glad I got to do that. Head into the finals. Let's get it done. Okay, deep breaths. This is where we just pray to win the die roll, because going first is a huge advantage, obviously. Win the die roll, win the die roll, win the die roll, win the die roll, win the die roll. Bang. Oh my gosh, what a hand, what a hand, what a hand. Okay. I'm feeling good about our chances here. I didn't play my fetch land because I wanted to save it to go with this Bjorn's on turn 3. And I can go this into this, maybe. Here's hoping they miss their second land drop and we win easily. Oh my gosh, why are they in the tank? We have the best 2-drop in the format, but we're not afraid. And pressuring them is the best way to turn Desolation Prowler into a bad card. Okay, they're not a good player. They're not good. They're not good. Sorry. That's aggressive. They could have blocked and paid 2 life and taken 2 instead of 3. So that's why I said that, but I didn't need to be so hateful about it. Okay, here I will not block. They're still paying the life. Because here, if they have like +2/+2 and lifelink, it's really bad. Whereas if I'm holding up this next turn, it's not bad at all. Or in 2 turns when I hold this up or whatever. Warbling, sure. Okay. I think I'd rather diversify my threats. I'm playing the outer cop, don't worry. That's why I did it this way. I think being able to block there is pretty nice for me. Know myself. Know myself. Put Bjorn's here. I am willing to make this trade even though it wouldn't normally be favorable for me. Because if they double block Mirkwood Pathmaker and wardling on one of my guys, then I get in for some extra damage here with this attack. This is optimal for me. I really wanted to keep one of my big guys. Now my Stone by Sunlight could be good enough here, maybe. Time to pull up all the instants in the set. So they only have a single black mana, so there's no chance of Head of the Hunt. They can't have Bilbo's Deadly Slice. They could have Reverent Howl. They could have Quarrel. They could have Org Tactics. They could have cast their guy, but they chose not to. I almost tried to play around that. I almost could have played... I could have won the game if I had just killed their guy. Bang! I was trying to play around Warg Tactics. Oh my gosh, we got the box. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go! Yes! Oh my gosh. I maybe was too conservative playing around Warg Tactics there because nobody plays Warg Tactics. And like that was the card I thought they had was the Howl. But like, for example, I'm just going to replay this before I get... Oh my... Yes! Oh, that's plus 8 hundo, baby. But yeah, so if they have Warg Tactics, which gives a +1/+1 counter and hexproof, this is a 5/5. It would become a 6/6. It could trade with my guy. So I guess I could have played land to make this a 6/6. Then they clear. That meant they didn't have Quarrel because otherwise they would have used Quarrel in response. They can't have Bilbo's Deadly Slice because they don't have double black. That just leaves Warg Tactics and the Reverent Howl, which they obviously have one of them because they had this Golem in exile that they could have played otherwise. Warg Tactics makes the most makes the least sense. You know, yeah, because they couldn't play Warg Tactics and Golem. Like I think playing the Golem would be better than playing the Reverent Howl. So I probably could have figured out that they had that. So maybe I made a mistake there on my second to last turn. But I figure if I draw a land on the next turn, I win the game with Bjorn's. I don't have any tap lands left in my deck because they're both there. So I draw any land and I win. Any spell is probably good enough. Especially because I could also crack this to put this guy there, which is going to be mostly lethal. Their guy's going to be dead no matter what. I'll have a 6/6. Potentially this is lethal. And I have a couple of spells in my deck that are also really good there. So I figured I could play around Warg Tactics and be like 99.9% to win. Like in this board state, what would they have to come back? Like there's not much they could have here. So even though I could have like killed them one turn sooner, I don't think I necessarily made an error. Because like say I go for the Warg Tactics, all of a sudden, I mean I'm still in a really good spot because my Master's Counselor still trades with their guy. And I still have a couple creatures and my Bjorn, which can kill them next turn. But this is the worst case scenario of me having this. They could just play a Golem or whatever. And yeah, this is like the worst case scenario in this board state versus the other worst case scenario. I have a couple small guys. They play like a big creature. All of a sudden, it's like a little bit more dicey. So I felt like this was pretty safe. And overall, what a win. Let's go. So red-black is like the boogeyman in this format. You play like every single pool that I have run has been either red or black or both in this entire event. And this got there without either red or black. What a build. Honestly, I'm really pleased with how I built this too. I'm glad that I didn't play the second Old Thrush, even though the Bowside Wanderers didn't do a ton. I think I did play it that one game, and I think I actually lost that game. But I'm glad I had this for some extra top end to use all my lands and help me hit my 7th land drop for Bjorn's Hospitality, which was an absolutely fantastic card. Master's Counselors, excellent. Stone by Sunlight. The splash was gorgeous. The mana was perfect for it. And all three of these cards were great. The Mountain King's Return was so good in that second to last game. Bowside didn't do tons of stuff. Bard's Company won us a game by itself. I think we only drew it that one time, but that's still really awesome. Bjorn's Hospitality was fantastic. Down in the Valley, so good, especially with the fetch land or with the Sylvan Reveler to double up on it. Troll Negotiations basically won us that second to last game by making our guy huge. Mirkwood Nurturer was great with our sagas. This guy's solid. Pathmaker's just huge. We got him back that one game instead of a Bilbo, so we could hit them for more. Bilbo was good. The Addercop and the Quarrel were just really nice. Oh, baby, let's go! Ah, feels amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Oh, this deck is so sweet. And it's such a sick deck to win it with, too. Oh my gosh, down in the valley. Nobody was ready for this one. Oh my gosh, I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag no Rakdos allowed, because we got the win with no black or red cards. Or, you know, on a more positive note, because we're positive folks here, leave hashtag awesome valley, because Bjorn's Hospitality and Down in the Valley were the two kind of like star players of the deck, and like, or like hashtag awesome valley because we had the Down in the Valley and we had the guy that makes it a pleasant place to visit. Though he's not in the valley technically in the story, but yeah. Or hashtag Bjorn's Valley. I don't know. Some combination of those to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Ooh, hashtag Happy Valley. That could be a good one. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you had a ton of fun. I'm spending a lot of time talking about the hashtag because I am absolutely stoked about how this went. Winning a box just feels amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.